At this point in time, I'd like to call this meeting of the Middlesex County Board of Chosen Freeholders to order. Please rise for a moment of silence, and I ask that you remember in your thoughts and prayers Mary Pemberton, the mother of Margaret Pemberton, our clerk, who passed away. Dennis, salute the flag, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The notice of this meeting, pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act, NJSA 10:4-10, has been complied with and shall be entered into the minutes of this meeting.
Roll call.
Freeholder Barrett-Belante? Here. Freeholder Delina?
Here.
Freeholder Polos?
Here.
Freeholder Rios? Freeholder Tamaro?
Here.
Freeholder Valenti?
Here.
Freeholder Director Afano?
Here. Amendment of resolutions.
Recognizing September 2011 as Alcohol and Drug Addiction National Recovery Month by the National Council on Alcoholism and Drug Dependence, and the resolution will be presented by Freeholder Valenti tonight, and recognizing and honoring the bravery of Patrolman Frank Papiani, who was shot and killed on duty on September 17th, 1971, and the resolution will be presented by Freeholder Tamaro on Saturday at an event.
I need a motion.
So moved. Second.
A motion by Freeholder Barrett-Belante, seconded by Freeholder Valente. Roll call, please.
Freeholder Barrett-Belante?
Yes.
Freeholder Delina?
Yes.
Freeholder Polos?
Yes.
Freeholder Tamaro?
Yes.
Freeholder Valenti?
Yes.
Freeholder Director Afano?
Yes. Correspondence? Oh, got a presentation. I'm sorry.
Freeholder Valenti is going to present it to
I'm sorry
Ezra
about that.
Helfand.
Freeholder?
Ezra, will you please come forward? So happy to see you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sorry that Steve couldn't make it, Steve Liga, but you folks do a wonderful job.
Thank you.
And this resolution reads as follows: whereas substance use is a serious public health problem, and in 2009, 4.3 million people received treatment for a substance use disorder, while 23.5 million did not. And whereas resources exist in our community to increase awareness about how substance use disorders affect children, families, and our society, which is essential in overcoming misconceptions and achieving long-term recovery. And whereas it is critical that we educate our community members and local businesses that substance use disorders are treatable, yet serious health care problems occur. Treatment can reduce reported job problems, including incomplete work and absenteeism by an average of 75%. And whereas cost and insurance barriers present obstacles to those who need access to treatment facilities and want to reestablish their place in the community. By recognizing the financial savings associated with treatment, services can be readily available to those who need them. Now, therefore, on behalf of Christopher Rafano, our director, and the Board of Chosen Freeholders, we do hereby proclaim September 2011 as Alcohol and Drug Addiction National Recovery Month. And we call upon the citizens of Middlesex County to observe this month with appropriate programs, activities, and ceremonies supporting this year's theme, which is Prevention Works, Treatment is Effective, People will Recover.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Would you like to say a few words?
Not really. Just I want to thank you, Freeholder, and the board for recognizing the month more than us. We try and we work with the community as hard as we can. Obviously, with Mr. Selheimer and his folks, we all do as much as we can to prevent this from happening. Just as a point of reference, the same year that the numbers that quoted that the freeholder mentioned, over 13,000 people in Middlesex County alone were admitted for treatments of addictions, which represents essentially the same percentage out of almost over 100,000 people who did not receive it. So we all need to be cognizant of this problem and continue working on it. So thank you very much. Thank you.
Each freeholder has been provided with a list of correspondence received by the clerk's office since our last meeting. This correspondence will be kept on file in the office of the clerk of the board for reference.
I need a motion to accept the correspondence.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Freeholder Polo, seconded by Freeholder Valente. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. Now, reports of freeholders. Freeholder Carol Barrett Belmonte.
Thank you, Freeholder Director. Just a couple reminders that on Saturday, September 24th, is the Pancreatic Cancer Walk. This is the third annual walk to raise awareness about pancreatic cancer and to raise funds to aid in research. This is a free family event, and it'll take place 9 o'clock to 11:30 at Roosevelt Park. Again, the date is September 24th. If you're interested in participating, you can visit the Cancer Institute of New Jersey website, www.cinifoundation.org, to register. The first 300 people to register online will receive a free T-shirt. Registration is free, but we are encouraging donations. This is a very deadly, disastrous disease, one of the worst, with a very low rate of chance of survival, and research is the key in helping on this disease. Also, I want to remind everyone that the Middlesex County Public Health has their 2011-2012 flu shot schedule. We have some of the pamphlet out. I want to remind everyone that they'll be held September 16th through October 7th, 19 sites. The cost is $15, but if you have Medicare, Medicare will be billed. Again, if you'd like to pick up some of this, they're the green pamphlet that's up on the desk. You can also call 732-745-3100 or visit the Middlesex County website, county.middlesex.njus, Public Health Flu Clinic. So please make sure everyone gets their flu shot. Of course, I wanted to report on some of the environmental health department had the effects of Hurricane Irene. The office was at 711 Jersey Avenue, and it was flooded during the hurricane. They lost electric power, telephone service was lost, and water was in the building, and they worked very hard. Within the next day, they were up and running down at the fire academy. IT chipped in and helped get the phone lines, faxes there. All of the important files were transferred, and they really did a great job getting up and running so quickly after such a devastating storm to be able to help people. And they are still not able to get into their building, and they are still located at the fire academy. Once again, we want to thank the IT department, Department of Public Property, Department of Economic and Business Development for their prompt help during this. I think all over the county, so many people just chipped in and helped people during this very devastating hurricane. Freeholder Reyes is not here, but he asked me to make this announcement. On tonight's agenda, Resolution 11-1554R, will execute the county's third interlocal agreement to have the Middlesex County Fire Marshal's Office act as the local enforcing agency for the borough of Milltown for the purpose of enforcing the Uniform Fire Code. The Milltown Mayor and Council voted on this on Monday, September 12th, 2011, and we currently, the county has interlocal agreements with the borough of Middlesex and Dunellen, and now Milltown. So that's my report, Freeholder Director.
Thank you, Freeholder. Freeholder Stephen J. Petrolina.
Thank you, Freeholder Director. First, I would like to report that our 6th annual Labor Day weekend concert was a great success. More than 2,000 people crowded the lawn at Stephen J. Capestro Theater at Roosevelt Park on September 4th, and great enjoyment of performance of Kenny Vance and the Plantones and the Duprees. This event is getting better every year and bigger every year. Rave views, feedbacks, and everybody's talking about this great Labor Day concert that we have. This year, the 19th annual indoor children's musical is The Three Little Piggies in a Blanket at the Capestro Theater in Roosevelt Park. All those interested should call 732-548-2884 as soon as possible to order your tickets. Okay, Jimmy Phillips, you want the phone number again?
You really talking about pigs in a blanket?
He's gonna be.
They're great, don't worry. We went on sale Monday, and our Going Fast performances are scheduled for October 8th, 9th, 15th, 16th, 22nd, at 12 p.m. and at 3 p.m. Okay. I am very pleased to announce that the David B. Craybill Park will be dedicated September 22nd, 2011 at 4:30 p.m. The new park is located on the border of the borough of Milltown and the township of North Brunswick, with the entrance of the Elkins Avenue of Main Street in Milltown. The ceremony will start promptly at 4:30, followed by a lacrosse and soccer exhibition, and foods and refreshments will be served. And I'll tell you right now, you should go and see a beautiful park. That is really going to be a beautiful park there. Okay, just a national reminder, just about the National Public Lands Day is coming on Saturday, September 24th, 9:30 a.m. to 12 noon at Thompson Park in Jamesburg. Anyone interested in volunteering can call Scott Myler at 732-745-3064 or visit the county website for details and directions. The annual county auction will take place beginning at 9 a.m. on Monday, September 26th, and ending at 8 p.m. on Sunday, October 6, 2011. This is on a line auction. Additional information can be found on the purchasing department page of the county website. And I thank you.
Thank you, Thank you, Freeholder. Freeholder H. James Paulos.
Thank you. Just a reminder, on October 17th, we're moving ahead with our third biannual Green Forum. Again, the title of this year's forum is Finding the Green to Go Green. We're continuing to bring in new vendors. We now have 3 vehicles that'll be on display, working to get an electric vehicle on display as well, and we have some wonderful speakers that are going to be coming in to speak to our municipal and school representatives about finding the money, financing, grants, and private and public sector dollars that are available to help their communities or school districts become more sustainable and implement other types of green technology. The Comprehensive Traffic Safety Program, which we operate in the county, is moving ahead with the development of its website. We're going to be announcing very shortly, members of the board, the kickoff date for the new website. This is integrating all of our municipal governments along with the county and access to the State Department of Transportation and Highway Traffic Safety for one-stop shopping for the residents of the county. If there are any traffic safety or road improvement type of recommendations that they like to make, they can go to one website, be able to link into any community or to the state to be able to register their concerns or complaints, and be able to have them fielded in an appropriate way. So we're really excited about the content of this, and again, this will serve as a model for something that the New Jersey Highway Traffic Safety Office hopes to roll out statewide, with us developing the first one here in Middlesex County. Our municipal and school district solar initiative continues to gain steam. The engineers have moved ahead with the development of the bid specs. It involves, I believe, we're up to 13 now, or 14 communities and school districts. And what's interesting is that we continue to get calls even as recent as yesterday with school districts who are saying, can we still get in, can we still get in? The engineer has pretty much reached, I think, the maximum of how many they can achieve because of the amount of work that goes into it before the end of the year. But we continue to try to push the engineer to get the last ones in who have come in much later than they were supposed to, after the deadline date, if you will. The opportunity here is for them to enjoy a discount in electrical costs, hopefully rivaling what the county has been able to obtain in its initiative, which is 4.5 cents per kilowatt hour, which is a very low electric rate. And we hope that this initiative, which brings together communities and districts, school districts, will provide them with the same buying power and the ability to be able to drive down their electric costs, providing their taxpayers and their constituents more opportunity to save money and develop new programs. Just one last item, Director. We talked about the hurricane. We talked about, prior to that, unfortunately, another situation that occurred not in New Jersey, thankfully, but which was the earthquake that occurred. And some of you may recall that as a result of that, I happened to be on vacation at the time, there was a disturbance to the entire cellular network for a few hours, I believe. And it was just a thought to maybe make a recommendation to administration and maybe to emergency management that we think about our dependence upon both landline and cellular technology and start to think about becoming maybe more dependent upon our own radio network and look at developing a plan to provide radios to various department heads and departments who normally may not be in radio contact or have radios available to them, so that in the event our systems go down, we would be able to have a backup and look at that as an opportunity, because I think no one expected the cellular system to kind of collapse. And I know OEM administration is always working on those issues with IT, I'm sure, but just a recommendation that maybe we want to take that even a step further in the event that we have a complete loss of communication, we could become wholly dependent on our own.
Thank you, Freeholder. Freeholder Charlie Tamara.
Thank you, Freeholder Director, and good job on that, Freeholder Polis, especially on the solar initiative, and bringing on 14 different districts, school districts. We have 25 different towns, and I'm surprised that all 25 didn't take advantage of it, especially since we awarded a contract last month to move forward with our initiative at the Apple Orchard site, and it will pay for our electric for 100% at no cost to the county. So shame on the school districts that didn't come forward to help you with that. Especially it would save them a lot of money. As far as my report, the Middlesex County Transportation Coordinating Committee, the Route 9 Corridor Transit Linkage Study, the Middlesex County Planning Department Transportation Division has completed this study and evaluated possible enhancement of local and regional transit connections within the Route 9 corridor through Old Bridge and Sayreville, a highway corridor that notably has among the highest levels of bus ridership levels in New Jersey. A key proposal that came out of this study is implementing the new the M7 bus route between Brunswick Square Mall and South Amboy train station, with connections on Route 9 corridor commuter buses to New York and points north and south of Old Bridge. The Livingston Avenue Road Study Audit. On Route 27, a road study audit was conducted along the stretch of Livingston Avenue that was compiled with a Plan 4 study crash data criteria. Livingston Avenue County Route 691 was identified by the Rutgers Transportation Resource Center using a crash data analysis tool, and also appeared in the New Jersey Department of Transportation Bureau of Safety Programs list of statewide pedestrian crash corridors. Within this corridor, the intersections with the highest number of severe crashes were selected for the audit, and the entire stretch of the roadway in between was selected for a closer investigation. This report documents the findings and suggestions made by the audit team. This past Wednesday, September 12th, Tuesday, the meeting at the NJTP Board of Trustees, key items on the agenda that were approved included the fiscal year 2012 Project Development Work Program, which is the precursor of the Transportation Improvement Program, and an amendment to the Regional Transportation 2035 Plan that removes the ARC tunnel, that controversial tunnel, at the cost of $8.7 billion, and adds $214 million towards the cost of the Hudson County Light rail transit and the rail extension of Route 440 project, and the NJTPA participation in development of regional plan for sustainable development for the New Jersey Transportation Planning Region through the Housing and Urban Development Sustainable Communities Regional Planning Grant Program for the fiscal year 2011. The program will award $5 million for the development and implementation of regional plans of sustainable development. Another key item that was approved included the 2012 and 2015 Transportation Improvement TIP at the NJTPA Regional Air Quality Conformity Determination on the fiscal year 2012 TIP and the Federal Transit Administration. Non-federal funding is derived from the New Jersey Transportation Trust Fund and the Port Authority in New Jersey and New York. A total of $10 billion in projects is programmed over a 4-year period for 2012 to 2015. In the upcoming year, 2012, some $1.8 billion is programmed for highways, bridges overseen by the New Jersey DOT, and about $937 million for transportation projects. A couple other announcements is that I'm very proud to announce that the Metuchen marching band is going to go to the Orange Bowl, not the Rose Bowl, the Orange Bowl. Rose Bowl, you know, it's in California, this year in Miami, Florida. And it's the only district, the only school in the state of New Jersey that is participating in that. So we're very proud of Metuchen. The county is, and of course they're going to represent our county and state very well. And of course they need money. So we'll post this on the website, and if anybody wants to donate to help send a bunch of our students from Metuchen down to Florida for the Orange Bowl, it would be appreciated. And this evening we're also going to be voting on 3 audits. One from the county clerk's office, the sheriff's office, and our surrogate. And I just want to compliment our accounting and our controller for doing an excellent job on that. I worked on 14 budgets in Edison, and every time we worked on a budget in Edison, there was a lot of recommendations. There's not one single recommendation, so that's an excellent job. You should be commended for that, for doing that and keeping up the good work. Thank you, Freeholder Director. That's my report.
Thank you, Freeholder. Freeholder Blanquita Valente.
Thank you, Freeholder Director. I'm going to take a little bit longer because I have a lot of items I want to remind the public about. First of all, this week, next week, I'm sorry, September 21st, at Brunswick Park is our Senior Health and Fitness Walk, and we will be congregating at the level playing field at Roosevelt Park. Our Office of Aging and Disabled Services will be holding its annual Senior Health and Fitness Walk. I'm repeating myself. We have 475 seniors that have already registered to participate, and they've done that through their senior centers. And there will be all kinds of opportunities at this walk or prior to the walk, such as blood pressure screenings, glucose screenings. There'll be warm-up exercises, there'll be entertainment, and giveaways like T-shirts, box lunches, raffles, etc. will be available there for those that participate. This past week, September 13th, the office at its final state training will now be receiving official state designation as a state agent and disability resource connection, ADRC. This designation will be officially given at the September 21st walk. The office will serve as a lead agency for the initiative in Middlesex County to provide coordinated and comprehensive information and assistance for the aging and disabled population. And for seniors who have not yet made their reservation to be involved in the walk, please do so through your senior center. Now, concerning the Department of Human Services. The Department of Human Services has been very active, very busy, coordinating our response to the Hurricane Irene victims. FEMA has opened a Middlesex County Disaster Recovery Center for anyone who needs assistance with damages, losses caused by Hurricane Irene, And this local office is located at the corner of 334 Dunham's Corner Road, which is part of the East Brunswick Parks Department in East Brunswick. They're open from 8 a.m. through 6 p.m. 5 days a week. No appointment is necessary. This is the walk-in center. But it's important that residents come and register, even if they don't think they're eligible right now. Claims cannot be filed if damage is discovered at a later date unless a household has already registered. FEMA has made the process very simple, and there's a login in a website, or you can call 1-800-621-FEMA or TTY 800-462-7585. The filing deadline to return applications for physical property damage is October 31st. The deadline to return economic injury applications is May 31st, of course, of 2012. The Catholic Charities, our office staff of Human Services has formed a coalition of the county social service providers to coordinate response to the needs of Hurricane Irene victims. We have met as a big group. We had a forum right in this room where all these agencies came together, and working in collaboration with help avoid duplication and maximize the efficient and more immediate delivery of services by sharing information across agencies. Over 30 agencies have been invited to attend the first two coalition meetings, which are going to be held in the county administration building, and 18 of them have actively participated. At yesterday's coalition meeting, which was a few days ago, there were informative presentations made by FEMA, SBA, IRS, and USDA, all related to services available to residents who have been negatively impacted by the hurricane. Our Office of Human Services staff has been present at the East Brunswick-based Disaster Resource Center, which, as I said before, it's open 7 days a week to assist residents in receiving local social services that they may be eligible for. And an email was distributed to all county mayors, and it went with my letter, asking that they notify us of any local services being provided informally but effectively by houses of worship or neighborhood groups, so they may be shared with residents of their communities who visit the DRC seeking assistance. And I am sure that you may have read the report that appeared in our New Brunswick Home News on September 14th. It is a quote from the Census Bureau report stating that 900,000 residents in New Jersey live below the national poverty level. The annual report also stated that the number of families living in poverty nationally rose by 2.6 million to 46.2 million, the largest increase since the Census Bureau began keeping records 52 years ago. And in conjunction with the Middlesex County Human Services Advisory Council, staff has been planning the development of a poverty forum since April, and it will be held on October the 16th at 6 p.m. at Craybill Hall on the campus of Middlesex County College. Planning for this poverty forum has included the Bonner student leaders in civic engagement at Rutgers University and Democracy House at Middlesex County College. Other collaborating agencies include Catholic Charities, Elijah's Promise, Coming Home, United Way of Central Jersey, PRAB, which is the Puerto Rican Action Board, JRF, the Jewish Renaissance Foundation, and the Poverty Research Institute of Legal Services of New Jersey. And again, we are encouraging all these groups and other groups to contact the County Office of Human Services. One more item, and then I'll be done. Recently, there was a presentation by Kids Count, and Middlesex County was involved. The executive director of our Office of Human Services, Mr. Salheimer, made a presentation at a regional forum at the Fire Academy recently, which was sponsored by Advocates for Children of New Jersey. The forum addressed data gathered by ACNY and reported as the state of our counties and included Middlesex, Monmouth, Ocean, and Mercer. Tom outlined a Middlesex initiative to expand in-school breakfast opportunities and will be meeting with the county superintendent next week to seek assistance in this endeavor. And following a review of the 2010 data, Freeholder Director Rafano proposed the idea to seek ways to increase the percentage of eligible children participating in the free and reduced school breakfast program. And last but not least, our own Middlesex County Committee of Veterans are going to be having an outreach forum like they did last year, October 1st at 10 a.m. at the same place as last year, the Woodbridge Community Center on Main Street in Woodbridge. And there will be a number of dignitaries there, besides lots of other people. We did have a very good turnout last year for this event. And there will be presentations by the Department of Military and Veterans Affairs, the VA Healthcare Systems, Department of Veterans Affairs, New Jersey Veterans Memorial Home, New Jersey Office of the Attorney General, Rutgers University Veterans Services, American Legion, State of New Jersey. There will be a panel discussion of services and questions, and this is to start at 11 a.m. And I believe that will be the end of my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Freeholder. Mr. Kelso, are there any resolutions to be amended?
There are none.
Resolutions to be added?
Yes, Freeholder Director, we have one resolution proposed for addition, and that would be to authorize the sale of 3 vehicles that had been selected for retirement to the Borough of Milltown for $3 due to the borough's loss of vehicles during Hurricane Irene.
I need a motion to add that resolution to the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Freeholder Polo, seconded by Freeholder Valente. Roll call.
Freeholder Barapalante?
Yes.
Freeholder Delina? Freeholder Polos?
Yes.
Freeholder Tamaro?
Yes.
Freeholder Valenti?
Yes.
Freeholder Director Rafano?
Yes. Any resolutions to be held?
There are none.
Resolutions to be voided?
There are none.
Okay, at this point in time, I'd like to open the meeting up to the general public, only on, at this point in time, resolutions that are on the agenda. There'll be an opportunity later on in the meeting to talk about, or come up and talk about non-agenda items. Anybody here to talk about any item on the agenda?
I make a motion to close the public portion.
Second.
Motion by Freeholder Tamaro, seconded by Freeholder Valente. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. Does any Freeholder have any resolution that they wish to have removed from the consent agenda and voted on separately?
I do, Freeholder Director.
Okay.
That would be 1551.
Anybody else? Okay, Mr. Kelso?
Yes, Freeholder Director, at this time, a motion would then be in order to adopt the consent agenda consisting of resolution numbers 11-1529 through resolution 11-1641, which is the one that was just added on, and excluding resolution 11-1551 to be voted upon separately.
So moved. Second.
Second.
A motion by Freeholder Polo, seconded by Freeholder Tamaro. Roll call, please.
Freeholder Barapalante?
Yes.
Freeholder Delina?
Yes.
Freeholder Polos?
Yes.
Freeholder Tamaro?
Yes.
Freeholder Valenti?
Yes.
Freeholder Director Rafano?
Yes.
And at this time, Director, it would be appropriate to consider the resolution excluded by Freeholder Barapalante, and that's resolution 11-1551.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Freeholder Polo, seconded by Freeholder Tamaro. Roll call.
Freeholder Barapalante?
Present, not voting.
Freeholder Delina?
Yes.
Freeholder Polos?
Yes.
Freeholder Tamara?
Yes.
Freeholder Valenti?
Yes.
Freeholder Director Fano?
Yes. Okay, at this point in time, I'd like to open to the public any item that they wish to bring before the board. Anyone from the public? Motion by Freeholder Deline.
I think there's a hand going
Oh,
up. Speak.
come on up.
Come on.
Okay, let's,
This public portion.
yeah. No. No. Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember, there's a 5-minute rule, and please, when you come up, state your name and address.
Hi,
Hi.
excuse me. My name is Karen Keskis. I live at 258 Manalapan Road in Spotswood. And I'm here to, encouraged by the administration and officials in Spotswood to visit you people here. And I guess I'm really going to address Mr. Polos and Mr. Reiser, because it is a issue that I have in front of my home on Manalapan Road, a main road that runs through Spotswood, a county road that has constant flooding. There is, I'm not really sure what to call it, a culvert that runs along the side of my property, under my driveway, across the front of my property, and lets out in some sort of a storm drainage system you set up. It goes under the road, and God knows where it goes. But it does flood my neighbor's backyard, basement, swimming pool. Now, the main problem that I see is a really simple fix, and that is that your road crews need to be diligent in keeping the area clean. Nothing passes through when there's all kinds of debris in front of this grate that's been installed. And Hurricane Irene, of course, had a tremendous impact, but these days it's any rainstorm that is impacted. I would ask Mr. Polos and Mr. Reiser to, rather than rely on reports from your road crews or whoever else it is that you send out there, that you come out and take a look at it yourself, because seeing is believing. Truly, we've had some Spotswood officials out there on a number of occasions, and they can't believe what they see. I have pictures with me. I'm not even going to bother, because they really don't tell the story.
Sure.
So I would basically...
We'll be happy to do that. We'll be happy to do that.
Okay.
It's the first that we're hearing, and certainly in my office. I haven't received any calls from anybody in Spotswood, from any of the officials indicating a problem, but we'll be happy to come out and take a look at the situation and see what we can do to rectify it.
Well, we certainly would appreciate that. We have received reports via Spotswood officials that the county engineer's department is, and I can't remember the exact words, but they're happy with the flow of water.
Okay.
And of course, when they're out there, they have dug all of the debris away with a very long rake and worked through all the muck and mud that washes in front of the grate, and of course the water flows. So we're happy to see it flowing at that time too.
Sure.
But previous to that, nothing moves. So I would behoove you to at least humor us and come out, take a look, speak to us. Don't run when you see us, because we like to interact and we're really nice people. That's really, I just ask for that courtesy.
We'll be happy to come out. I don't scare easy, so I won't run when you run after me. It's okay.
Okay.
And we'll be happy to come out and take a look at the road situation. Again, it's the first time that my office, and as the person who oversees roads, has been informed about the problem. If road crews have been informed locally to clean out, I'm not aware of that either. I'll be happy to find that out from the road director. But knowing that it's an ongoing problem and one of this magnitude, we need to give it, more attention. We'll be happy to come out and take a look at it and see what's going on.
Okay, just as a final, probably about 3 or 4 years ago, we've been trying to figure it out. The road actually did collapse in the area of all of this drainage issue. And currently, my driveway is collapsing in the same manner. 3 or 4 years ago, the collapse in the road was due to the water. But it seems that the collapse in my driveway isn't due to the water, so I'm kind of stymied by that myself. But in any case, call me. I don't know how you'll find me.
As soon as the meeting's over with, I'll get your information, and
Okay.
we'll make an arrangement to come down and take a
And
look.
we'd be happy to meet you out there.
Absolutely.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Anyone else in the public? Yes, sir.
Yes, my name is Albio Madama. I'm the person she's talking about that lives across the street from her. I live at 5 Brunning Lane. The brook that's supposed to be a natural little brook, which now collects nothing but rain drainage from Clearwater and God knows where else. And it comes through there, but my problem is the pipe underneath the road. It pitches up instead of down. It pitches up, I'd say, anywhere from 6 to 10 inches. So the water cannot force its way through to get to the pipe on my side of the road. It comes over the road by 6 to 8 inches, and it floods my backyard. And twice now, anytime it rains over 3.5, 4 inches, the water rushes over the road, and it floods my downstairs. My family room is level with the ground downstairs, and it floods me out 3, 4 inches. And it only happened since 2008 when the pipe was put in, when the work was done. Because I can't see how a 24-inch pipe or a 30-inch pipe going into the catch basin, and they replaced the 24-inch pipe with 2 12-inch pipes, or possibly 14-inch pipes. 2 of them going uphill cannot take that water. So, like Karen had said, I'm retired. I'm home all day long. So if you and John, Mr. Reiser, would come down,
Sure.
give us the courtesy.
We'll be happy to do that. As I said, we'll
look at
get
the
your names
problem.
and numbers. We'll let you know when we can come down, and we'll be happy to come down, take a look at it, and see what can be done.
If you would want after the meeting, I'll give you my phone number. You give me a call, and I'll be waiting for you.
We'll be happy to do so.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Anybody else from the public? Yes, sir.
Motion to close public hearing.
We have one more, Pete.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
My name is Vincent Macchio. I live in South Amboy. I'd like to address, I attended the August meeting of the BPU in Trenton concerning their energy master plan. I presented a statement to the board at that time because as a ratepayer as well as a resident affected directly by the remnants of the energy industry in South Amboy, I think that this needs to be said. I'd like to read it very briefly. I'm a citizen of South Amboy. I'd like to voice my deep concern that your program for energy management, EMP, seems to turn its back on the restoration of our water and air in New Jersey. I live next to the remnants of the industries in South Amboy, and we do not need an expansion of the fossil fuel industry in New Jersey. Jersey Central Power and Light regional power plant until the 1990s. Now it's a grossly polluted area in need of abandoned, needing an environmental cleanup under the Reliant Energy with no public benefit to New Jersey in its present state. Second, the Sun Oil property closed in the 1960s. It transmits another negative impact on a Raritan Bay home in South Amboy. Presently, a brownfield site is affected by contamination near populated areas in South Amboy. My concern is that the public must be considered in any major design in the energy markets in New Jersey. I grew up with an asthma condition, breathing in the gaseous cold fire remnants of these industries. Recently, Governor Christie experienced an asthma attack himself, so he should appreciate the human impacts, health concerns I express. I'm supplying the board with a copy of a 2011 National Health Institute article, A Bad Air Day, discussing air pollution. I'll try to close. I believe the correct course is to accept the damage of the petroleum, oil, and gas and the nuclear industry has caused in New Jersey. Foremost, get these sites cleaned up in my town and throughout the state of New Jersey. We can cluster to the past, but we're going to be passed by. The state of New Jersey shouldn't use its sovereign right to build in the same old ways. I'll close by saying, I say something about the Oil Commission, but I'll say that New Jersey should not turn away from its commitment to 30% clean energy renewable sources that it established in 2008 Energy Management Plan. I'd like to provide a copy of this to the board.
Sure.
And to take it seriously, especially since at the beginning of this year, when the governor and yourself were faced with the possible construction of a petroleum pipeline in the Raritan Bay, that these are serious conditions. We're getting, every single day, I'm getting killed by the commercial every minute on our television screen, how these pipelines are necessary for our country. Let's be realistic and consider the possible dangers and the safety concerns.
Why don't you give that to Shannon right there, and she'll make copies and distribute it to us.
One small bit, I won't be very long, but our park, the Raritan Bay Park, I enjoy it. It is a pleasure that we have as a community in Middlesex County the access to that. Mr. Delina, can we please, I ask you this, can we please use our county resources to better the access area? We have a development, I think it's
You're
called...
talking about the road going in, Brunswick,
Yes,
where the big
exactly.
pile of dirt is in that area?
Exactly. The Crone Development, the attorney, Mr. Wisniewski is their attorney. Can we please use the county resources in some way to construct a small berm using maybe some mulch or access that we have at the county facilities to construct a small area? Because what's happened is the tarp that separates that area is actually falling onto the walkway as we're walking in. But it's been going on for several years, so I appreciate if you can work with the owner or the attorney to get something done and use our resources. Thank you.
You're talking about that piece of property on both sides of the road, yeah.
Exactly.
Ralph, we had somebody else would give us a call, and will you give Ralph a call Monday, okay?
Thank you.
Okay, Ralph will look into it. We'll send
appreciate
somebody
that.
out anytime.
Because it's, my neighbors as well as the community, I think even the planning board is getting bothered by it, but if the county can step
Well,
in,
the
it
guy
would
that
be
owns the
helpful.
property don't want to do anything. The guy doesn't want to move, we had some dirt removed from the property because he had a pile of dirt on it, and it was blowing around.
I believe it's time.
Yeah,
Everybody
okay,
gets 5 minutes.
but
Thanks.
my concern is not to just have a cut into the grass, but actually have something constructed that separates it from the park, which is a beautiful area.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Ralph will take care, okay?
Anybody else in the public? Anybody else in the public?
Move to close the public portion.
I need a second. A motion by Freeholder Tamaro.
Second.
Seconded by Freeholder Valente. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Need a motion to adjourn the meeting? So moved.
Second.
Motion by Freeholder Tamaro, seconded by Freeholder Valente. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Meeting adjourned.
Aye, aye.